Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Bull City Hangout 3-7. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter, that's Durham's online community paper, which I invite you to check out in its entirety at durhamskywriter.com. Now, with Bull City Hangout, I take you through just a couple of pages of the Durham Skywriter. I do encourage you to read the rest when you have time. And I tell you what's happening today in Durham. Now, if you share this out, that would be super awesome, because then more people here in Durham can find out what indeed is happening today. So if you want to join me on camera, feel free. So I'm on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, X, at the same time right now as we speak. But to join me on camera, go to the Durham Skywriter Facebook page, because that's the only place where I post the link. If you'd like to join me on camera, that would be super awesome. Promote yourself, your business, etc. So let's start out with the word page, the government and nonprofit information page, where there are some really great programs and services being offered by local nonprofits, the city, county, state, and more. Let's see about the libraries. They're all open until 6 today, with it being Thursday, so everybody's open until 6. They reopen tomorrow at 9:30, and then Bragtown reopens tomorrow at 10. Let's see what's happening at the Durham Tech Small Business Center, shall we? Let's scroll down. And there's lots more. For example, on the word page, you will find where you can get free tax prep, help with your water bill, help with your heating bill, etc. And you only have until the end of the month, by the way, to sign up for the LEAP program, Low Income Energy Assistance Program. Great program. Okay, well, what am I looking up? Durham Tech Small Business Center. Okay, so let's scroll down to that. Wow, there's a lot on this page. Here we are. So happening tomorrow in person at the Durham Tech Small Business Center downtown, 701 West Main Street. SUMA 2024, the Hispanic Women's Celebration. It's going to be all in Spanish. It'll be lots of fun. If you know Spanish-speaking women who are running their own businesses or who want to run their own business, definitely tell them to head over there tomorrow from 10 until 2. They're going to have information and celebration. So you can click for more information and also to register. All righty, and let's see what's happening in terms of the online classes. They're offered across the state by the different community colleges. Let's see, 3 classes for today. They're all free. They're all online. All you have to do is to click and sign on. So from 2 until 3 this afternoon, the free workshop will be Dynamite Marketing on a Firecracker Budget for Small Businesses. Here's another one from 6 until 7:30, Funding Masterclass, Alternative Funding Options. And here's another one from 6 until 8, Do I Need an Online E-Commerce Presence? Think about that, sign up for the class, and make that decision for yourself. There you go. And now, oh, wait, there's more. Wait, there's more. Nar-Anon meets tonight. So Nar-Anon is for relatives and friends of people with addiction. So you find out how the 12-step programs work. And if they work, the next Nar-Anon meeting is going to be this evening from 5 until 6. At Ebenezer Missionary Baptist Church, 2200 South Alston Avenue. So that's just a couple of blocks up from the from Campus Hill. Okay. Oh, SCORE's having a workshop. Let's scroll down to SCORE. Service Corps of Retired Executives. They have mentors. They have workshops. They have online live webinars. So the next online live webinar is going to be today, by the way. So at 1 o'clock, they're going to have a class online, how to create a budget that works for you. Great. Ooh, Barb is here. Bring you on right after the weather, Barb. We've been meaning to get together. I know my schedule has been crazy. I assume yours has as well. Let me continue so I can get to Barb. Let's see. Let's go to the health page. To your health. Of course, I got your COVID numbers if you're interested. See what else is happening. Oh, NAMI Durham has something going on today. And NAMI stands for the National Alliance on Mental Illness. So today they're going to have the Stress and Anxiety Support Group for African Americans from 7 until 9, totally online. So this is where Black folks get together, talk about stuff, get some resources, get some encouragement. So, and what's discussed in the room stays in the room. So that is this evening from 7 until 9, totally free and run by NAMI Durham. Okay. Oh, the American Dance Festival. They have something that's so sweet. So they're offering free classes for people with Parkinson's disease and also their care partners. So today, from 2 until 3:15, they will have PWR Moves, Parkinson's Wellness Recovery. So that is going to be from 2 until 3:15 at 721 Broad Street. I've got a phone number so you can call if you have questions, and then I have a link. Click and sign up. Now, if you can't make it in person, that's okay, because tomorrow the American Dance Festival has an online event called the Virtual Dance for Parkinson's. That's tomorrow on Zoom from 11 until 12:15. So definitely same info, got the phone number, got the link just for you. Okay, the American Red Cross is having a blood drive, so let's check that. So the blood drive today is at Umstead Pines, which is at 253 Country Club Drive. They'll be setting up in a few minutes, so they'll be there from 1 until 6 this evening. Now, I don't remember checking the health events page when I set up my show. So let me just scroll down and see if I missed anything just real quick. Just bear with me for a second. Let's see, today's the 7th. I just read that. Okay. Oh, the Fertility Support Group for Women After Cancer. That's going to be today. It's an online meeting from 5:30 until 6:30. And it's run by Duke. All right, so that's it. Let's go to the legalese page. There's a couple of things happening that I need to tell you about. The Durham City Council, they're having their work session meeting. That's going to be today from 1 until 5. And there's different ways that you can attend. You can watch on YouTube, Twitter, X, Facebook, Roku, Google Fiber Channel 8, Frontier Channel 70, AT&T Uverse Channel 90, all kinds of different ways that you can watch. Oh, Roxanne is waiting too. I'll bring you both on right after the weather. So that's going to be from 1 until 5. Now, Legal Aid of North Carolina, they have these really, really great workshops. So today's workshop is Social Security Disability Listen and Learn. They call them Listen and Learns now. So at 2:30, you can learn about the application process and also how to prove that you're entitled to benefits. So that's going to be today, 2:30. It's live, so you can ask questions. Okay, the last page we're going to visit is the Let's Go page. That's the calendar of events page. So let's go there and scroll down to March 7th. So let's see what is happening. Okay, if you like music and you like sitting outdoors, and it is a beautiful day today, Boxyard RTP 900 Park Offices Drive right off of Highway 54. They're featuring oblations. That is the multi-instrumentalists, Joe McPhail and luthier Daniel Fields. So they already started and they'll be there until 2. It's free, no pressure. Just sit out there with your laptop or whatever, a book, curl up, enjoy the music. It's free. There's food surrounding you. There's different restaurants. So if you get hungry, you can make a quick purchase and then get back to the music. Okay, New Visions of Africa restaurant, 1306 Fayetteville Street. They will be giving away meals today for people in need from 3 until 6. They're served by the 5 and the 5K bus. High Wire Brewing Durham, they're going to have their mini pop-up market. They do this every Thursday from 6 until 8. They're in Golden Belt, 800 Taylor Street. And basically they choose one arts and crafts vendor They set up shop. You get to look at what they make and just enjoy yourself and talk to them and maybe make a purchase or two. But basically, it's a great way to introduce artists to the community. So if you would like to be considered as an artist, I got the link for you. Just go to the Let's Go page, go to DurhamSkyWriter.com, scroll down or click on Let's Go, and then you'll find the date, and then you'll scroll down and find High Wire Brewing, Durham, for the mini pop-up market. Okay, now if you like to run, the Triangle Turtles and Hares running group, they're going to have their Thursday evening run, 6:30 until 9:30. It's a great evening for running. The weather's going to be perfect. Everybody's going to meet at Tomato Jake's in the parking lot, which is on Renaissance Parkway, over by the Target. Okay, so that's going to be this evening from 6:30 until 9:30. Now tomorrow, line dancing with Jitterbug. That's going to be tomorrow at the IR Home Senior, also known as Campus Hills Recreation Center, from 9 until 10 tomorrow morning. Now, if you like coffee, Counterculture Coffee, they're going to have tasting at 10, sample different flavors of coffee for free, talk with folks about coffee, hang out for an hour, and just get your day started with some nice caffeine. And that is it for the events. Let me put my iPad down over here and tell you about the weather and then bring on our special guests. It's 66 right now. It is absolutely gorgeous outside. It is so pleasant. It's partly sunny. It's going up to 69, which is almost unbelievable. The sun's going to be playing pretty much peekaboo all afternoon. And then tomorrow it's going to be cloudy, but it will be going up to 64. So there's that. Let me see what kind of weekend are we going to have, and then I'll bring on our guests. Let me see real quick. Saturday, 65, 85% chance of rain. Okay, Sunday, 58. Anyway, it'll be sunny. So there's that. Let's bring on Barb and Roxanne. And let me put Roxanne's comment on the screen. Boom. She says, hey. So let's find out what's happening. Oh, wait, there's a message. Wait a minute. Let me click on the message first. Oh, okay. Oh, Barb's going to share this out. Awesome. Okay, so let me go to the correct page here and let's hang out. Hello, ladies. How are you today? Barb and Roxanne.
Yeah, I haven't seen Roxanne forever.
I know. It's been a long time.
Oh,
So how are you both?
Good.
That's good. Hey, did you have that? I saw that purple ribbon before, Roxanne, but did you always have the word epilepsy on there? Or did you just add that?
A friend added that for me.
Okay, because I noticed that.
that's
Okay,
cool. I
nice.
like it. Yeah.
Mhm. And the purple background is very nice.
Thank you.
And Barb, you have a different background with the arts and
Oh, that's.
reading.
I'm sorry. I could change that.
Oh, I like
I
it. Oh,
that's from the Udemy student group.
oh,
The
okay,
courses and so forth. So
nice.
I had to
Yeah.
go in there and so I'm using that avatar today.
Okay.
So it's been a while since we've caught up, and I just wanted to drop by for a few minutes. It's absolutely great to see Roxanne here. This is like a blabber's day, if you will, on Facebook.
Wow, yes.
Did you notice that Peter Nez, do you remember Professor Nez from Blab? And we had so many conversations on there, and I just really used to just get to him, because I was poking fun at him all the time, right? But
Wow.
became one of his followers. But he hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube this
Sweet.
morning.
Wow.
Sweet.
But that's wow, right? But I watched it go from 48,000 to that
Wow.
number in the last 7 days. I don't even think. I think it maybe.
What?
It's like, he made I think the first announcement like on uh, February the 28th.
Mhm.
And I think that was, it might have been 48,000 then. Might have been.
Wow.
But I mean, that
What's he been
just,
doing?
Yeah, what did he
well,
do?
you guys know I can't talk politics. It makes
Oh,
my
okay.
it makes me all, my
Upset.
tummy gets hurt. But what he did, and he's such a brilliant guy,
Mhm.
but he took the latest headlines, if you
Mhm.
will,
Mhm.
and turned them around. And I mean, it's almost a comedic thing that he's done, but he's reacting. And some of it, I'm like, how are you getting away from that, with that?
Mhm.
Because it is hilarious. He's given some of the players nicknames, if you will.
Okay.
And so,
Ooh.
and they'll make you laugh. I
I can
swear.
imagine.
And I used to talk on Blab about, my husband's into politics, but I can't do it. I mean, it literally, I think it causes cancer if you watch it.
It could.
'Cause, I was in that, just in between my cancer surgeries when we were there on Blab,
Mhm.
but he really, he enjoyed Peter too.
Mhm.
But it's more of a, oh, I don't know. There were. I remember watching Johnny Carson, and there were several, comedians that would come on, and they would during the political seasons, and they would just turn everything all. They weren't on one side or the other. They were just talking about how hilarious it was on each side on what was coming down, and
Mhm. Mhm.
the way. I mean, they are public speakers, and they
Mhm.
are obviously they are trying to convince us of things, and their performance is just, I mean, literally, if you turn the sound off and watch their body language at times, you can just roll over laughing. It is
Wow.
that bad. And so,
It can't definitely can be for sure.
but with YouTube being what it is and Google being what it is,
Mhm.
and then if he has breaking news, right, part of his title,
Mhm.
I mean, you go to his YouTube channel, check out his titles and timing of what he's doing.
I
And so he
will.
grabbed it. But if you could take, and I thought, how creative. And
So
I
give me
thought,
the name again.
it's at Professor Nez, uh,
Okay.
properly spelled professor. When we all met him, he was teaching at, I don't know if it was Pepperdine but he was teaching in I think it was a junior college, if I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken, back
Okay.
then. But anyway, he's a really brilliant guy, and
Oh,
but
definitely.
I mean,
Wow.
all of a sudden he can't. If you look, I actually have a chart because I use TubeBuddy, not vidIQ, but in the
Mhm.
analysis
I do
because
too.
I got it. When what was it on? I got a lifetime access when it was available back in the day.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, so whenever I go over to a channel, it shows me the chart and their activity, and I mean, it just blew up in this week, and it was all because of his all in how he did it, and of
Wow.
course the big thing is you want to learn. I mean, you want to be using yellow and red, a yellow background with red text in
Mhm.
these thumbnails on YouTube right now are just, I mean, they it's like honey drawing ants. So
Wow.
so
Hmm.
he's
Well,
done
I
all
could
that. So I
switch.
just, like you, Patricia, I was going, wow, wow, wow. It was crazy.
Wow, indeed.
So who knows? But yeah, I shared it on my profile, and there's a lot of blabbers that I'm still friends with today, and that
Mhm.
he's mutual friends with. And I thought, well, Facebook will shut me down if I tag everybody at once.
Oh yeah, they'll think you're spamming or
So
something.
I just dropped a couple of comments and tagged 3 people at a time. But
Mhm.
I mean,
That's
I
funny.
just think it's so incredible because it takes quite a, normally takes more than a week to go from
Usually, I would like a
At
lifetime for
least.
me. What- What's
I
new with you, Roxanne? What's going on?
Well, I just wanted to mention a very interesting show tonight that I'm going to do at 7.
Wait, I thought your show was on Tuesday. It's on
Well,
Thursday.
it'll be switching around now
Well,
because of
okay.
the schedule.
Oh, okay. So
It's
seizure of
tonight
the
at 7.
day
Mm-hmm.
is tonight. Let me write it down. So seizure of the day. So tonight at 7,
7.
7. And who's your guest?
Peter Churchill
Okay, church.
wrote a book, and it's very interesting to hear the difference between our school system
Mm-hmm.
for the disabled they
Mm-hmm.
have in England and what they do for them, and we don't have that. So it's interesting to see
Okay.
how they place them with a job.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's
And
interesting. So he's going to be all the way from England?
he actually moved to Canada.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, but
Excellent. Well, I'm looking forward to this. So it's going to be on YouTube, folks. Seizure the day. So it
mhm.
sees in quotes the day.
Yeah.
7 o'clock tonight on YouTube.
So yeah, somebody from another country this time.
That should be fun.
Yeah, trying to catch his accent.
Hmm. Should be interesting to hear which English accent he has. I'll be curious to hear.
Yeah. So thank you. I wanted to mention that
Oh,
because
sure. I appreciate your
you're
coming
great
on.
reaching out. Thank you.
So I hope everybody listening or watching takes Roxanne's lead. When there's something to announce, come on the show. Come on the show. Now, Barb, do you have any? I know you know all the inner workings of the entry nets, as we say. What happened with Facebook this week when they went dry? Facebook was down.
Oh
WhatsApp
boy.
and also
You would
Instagram.
ask that question. I had I had calls yesterday from people, what is going on? So they couldn't
Mhm.
get in. But I I told everybody, I said, go to it's
Okay, Roxanne.
downdetector.com. Yeah. And go there and you can check to see, and I was at over 76% of the Facebook users in the USA were reporting in that it was down for them.
Oh,
But
it wasn't the entire
oh,
system.
in different places of the world, yeah, it
Hmm.
was. It was.
Hmm.
It
Okay.
wasn't, and Meta got, and that's when I found out that Meta actually had a page on Facebook for their news releases now. Usually you have to go out and go, to the website. But they just
Oh,
apologized and they have not revealed anything yet. So,
okay. I was
but
just curious because I actually was going to skip my show that day, and then it came up around lunchtime and decided to do my show an hour late.
oh,
So I think it came back at least, as far as I noticed, around 12:20 here
yeah,
Eastern time. So I went ahead and did my show. Just did it
great,
late, which was cool because I had different people watching because it was an hour later. So
yeah,
that was cool.
yeah. Well, I heard from one of the not Facebook, from StreamYard people. I think it was yesterday that they were taking away the group access and that it was actually going to be an April date
Oh,
versus March now, which was, I mean, they actually gave me a specific date, so
okay.
I'll
This
be.
broadcasting directly into a group will no longer be.
Right, you know how we have the little icons and we can go in without putting
Mhm.
in our TMP,
Oh, shout
and
out StreamYard. Shout out.
yeah, but and of course assurance that they're working on it. So
Mhm.
hopefully that will all work out because I sure love StreamYard. I don't want to have to not use StreamYard. And
Yeah.
as long as, I mean, because it is, I mean, even I said, can you assure me that our TMP piece access is going to be available? and it was very diplomatically responded to.
Mhm.
Basically, that they didn't have the rest of the information, and they were working with them now. So,
Mhm.
I mean, they
Well, I
almost
guess the
have
way
to.
I guess you might have to do it the way I'm doing it, where I make the announcement and have a graphic that I send to different pages, telling them where the show is live,
Mm-hmm.
on the Durham Skywriter Facebook page, and then after the show airs, I replace that graphic with a
With the link to
thumb
the,
link,
yeah.
some what do you call it, thumbnail and link
Uh-huh.
to the YouTube version.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say version. I mean the YouTube file.
Yeah.
You can watch it from there. So you
Yeah.
might have to do that. And now I couldn't share. You'll notice if you go to the Durham Skywriter Facebook page that same day that we had the outage,
Mm-hmm.
you still see the graphic. There is
Mm-hmm.
no YouTube file on that post, and that's because I
It
guess
wouldn't let you do it.
yeah, whatever
Yeah,
glitch.
same. It's happening that I couldn't add images to, you'd write in text
Hmm.
to do just exactly what you did, and then you can put a link on there. And I, but we knew not to do that without putting an image. So I, go to put the image on, and
Hmm.
you click on the icon for the image, and
Hmm.
it would not come up. So what I had to do was go ahead and publish it with just the text, and then
Hmm.
immediately hit edit, and then it would come up, in
Oh,
when the editing the post. But I mean, gosh, all the labor
oh,
involved in that, it's crazy. But there's clearly a bug. Just
yeah. I was afraid that was going to be um, you know, that was permanent,
uh,
that I wouldn't be able to post to the different groups
yeah,
with the YouTube. I thought that was going to be permanent. It's happened before where I would get an error message. It's not the very first time this has happened.
yeah, yeah.
So
Well,
it could possibly happen again. I don't know.
after the outage, the other thing that was being reported is that no longer were the messenger. If you wanted to screenshot um, a messenger post, from messenger, a message that came in
Hmm.
with your phone, it wouldn't do the screenshot of
Oh.
that. Now, I believe that a private
Hmm.
message to me is private, and I'm not, no need to screenshot it. If they're giving me a phone number or address or something, I'll copy that off so
Hmm.
that I can contact them. But I don't see it something that we needed to have anyway. But
It's
it was
kind of
kind of
weird because
frenzy.
when you watch some of these YouTube videos and they're trying to out somebody for whatever reason, they'll
Hmm.
show these private messages, and I'm like, don't
How?
you
Yeah, absolutely. I don't
kind of?
care whether it. I don't know that a decision has been made whether that's
Mhm.
actually legal or unlegal, but or not. But my feeling is ethically, it's not the right thing to do, unless that person, if you ask and that person says, sure, go ahead and do that or whatever.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
it's just not appropriate. So.
Yeah, because right now it's being used to show receipts for
Uh huh.
misdeeds or whatever. I still think if you don't have permission and it was considered private, I mean, I think you should expect
Right.
a certain amount of privacy when you DM someone, but
Right. But I have, like the balloon talk group that
mhm,
is my baby. That those and there are a lot of people who produce events,
mhm,
and then they tell you where the event is, and they're on the fly and what they're and excited about some event
mhm,
that they've got, and they might message that. Well, the actual date and time of the event, it's not really. I mean, they're promoting that event, but
mhm,
I still don't believe in screenshotting that and sharing it out. It's just better to, create a new image,
mhm.
whatever that public information is. But yeah, and I don't, because you're a member in that group, I don't like people sharing those screenshots. So,
Yeah. A lot of times people will send me information via uh, DM, and first I usually verify it first, and then I go ahead and put it in the Skywriter because usually it's their event. So and if I
yeah,
need any clarification, I can just message them back and ask them, whatever date or whatever question I might have. But yeah, I usually don't post things that I get privately. Not the exact thing, but like like you're saying, you redo it as a post.
Exactly.
You don't
Exactly.
actually share it.
Did you know that today was World Book Day? Did you cover that in the first part of your show?
No,
Oh, well, it is.
I did point out that the libraries are open until 6 today, but I didn't know
Yeah.
about World Book Day.
Yeah, it is.
You know what?
So,
I wonder if I still. I don't think I could bring it out without knocking everything over, but I do have a Chase's directory over
oh,
here.
you do?
Yeah.
How long have you been a fan of Chase's
Oh,
events?
let me see if I could. Oh, I can do it without knocking things over. Ooh, wait a minute.
I don't think I've had a printed paper
Whoa.
one for
Look
a
how
long,
huge
long
this
time.
is.
Yeah. Mhm.
This is
Yeah.
from 2020.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So,
don't think I've had any paper printed ones. Oh,
ooh,
geez, that look,
this is like 20
probably
bucks. It's like,
yeah. Oh
no,
yeah.
wait. Oh,
It's
wait,
probably it
no,
be
wait, $95. What am I talking
right.
about? 20 bucks.
That's what I was gonna say. That
Whoa.
you know, yep, gathering
Well,
them up, but there's
well,
enough online anymore and enough tools online that my feeling is you don't need that
yeah.
printed one. Because,
Well,
like you said, I know it's over here. I'll go find it, and then when you open it up, the print isn't all that big either.
it isn't, but you would think if it's National Pancake Day or whatever, it'll probably still be National Pancake Day.
Sure.
It's just that I don't have um, the latest,
Yeah. Yeah.
newest
But
national days.
in the '90s, I had a subscription and to that and was religious about opening it up almost every day. you know?
Yeah, I can't remember how I heard about this. I know there's. I don't. I honestly don't know. I do know that when I was still in Chicago, I was a freelance proofreader for various publishing houses, and I might have heard about it through my proofreading because I would. Yeah, I was working for like four different companies as a freelancer, and Encyclopedia Britannica. I can't remember what other public. Oh, lots of really cool books, and because Chicago is I don't know if it's still known as a publishing hub, but it was quite the publish not like New York, but maybe second to or third to New York. But
hmm
yeah, you could get lots of work as a proofreader if you were good back in the day. I don't know about nowadays. But that's probably how I heard about it. I probably proofread part of this back in the 90s
I
or
have to have.
80s. No, not
Yeah.
90s, 80s,
yeah.
90s, 80s, whatever,
Whatever.
whatever. So,
So on the StreamYard thing, I
hmm
have um, a question for you. Like today, because of what we have experienced the last couple of times, I
hmm
could share it to two destinations. And Roxanne was in here with us. Can she also share it to two destinations? All of the guests, can each of them share to two destinations? And does that number that is
hmm
shared impact what you, like if you had set your uh, session up to stream to up to 8 different destinations yourself, and then your guest came in, and
hmm
like me being one guest, well, I would have two. That it says that that's the maximum. So, but my question is if there were 8 guests in there and each of them send to two destinations, is that possible too? I mean, would
Probably.
everybody?
The one time that I was a guest, um, and I got a pop up saying, "Do you want to broadcast this to your page or friends or group?" Well, I forget the wording, and I said yes. So it went to my YouTube page,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if I had. the opportunity to share it anywhere else. I honestly don't, because it was like the last minute. I mean, I was the next person up, and so I was like rushing. So I don't know if I had the choice of Facebook and Twitter.
Well, you do from your
No.
account, when you're setting up your stream, and you can edit your
Mhm.
stream.
Yeah, but
You
as a
know,
guest, though,
but
I
as a guest, we can only share to each of me as a single guest can only
uh-huh.
share to 2 destinations. And if I
Oh,
decide
two.
to change, yeah, and if I
Okay.
decide I wanted to do to a different destination up until the time I went live with you,
Mm-hmm.
I could change that. I could change the editing. I probably can stop and restart as well. I wouldn't.
Hmm.
It might be worth testing. I don't know.
Well, I know that it only lasts as long as you're on camera, because once you're
Right.
off camera, that's it for the sharing.
Yeah. And then, oh, this is a good question for you. So, okay, so I go off camera. And right now I'm sharing it to 2 destinations.
Hmm.
So then I go off camera. Can I, and you say, Barb, give me your opinion, whatever. And so I'm going to come back on camera again, right? Can
Okay.
I share it to 2 more destinations at that point?
I think it ends when he leaves the screen, and then you'll have the opportunity to do it again.
Each time you go on screen,
That's
on
what I'm
and off
thinking. Yeah,
screen.
because it ends as soon as you're off screen. It ends for you.
Mm-hmm.
So
Fascinating.
I think it'll pop up again saying, "Oh, do you want to resume
Yeah.
or start?"
I never. Interesting enough, since they're going to take the easy access away to our Facebook groups and that, I never gave it any thought until,
Yeah.
because I never used it until I came in with you. So, um, it was just a first time actually for me to even try that out.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I am curious as to whether you, as the producer and being your account, whether you could then, um, if there were multiple guests that were on
Mm-hmm.
screen, if we were all on screen at the time, could share that each of us could share out to 2 destinations,
I don't
or
think
if
there
it
would
can
be a
only be
limit.
shared once, huh?
I doubt there would be a limit because I don't think it's that difficult for the whoever wrote the
The
you know
programming part of
yeah.
it, huh? Hmm.
Yeah, I think it's probably very simple. I just got a notice from CNN that this is kind of scary. The FDA warns consumers to discard 6 brands of ground cinnamon found to have high levels of lead. Oh my
Wow.
God. So let's see what the brands are. Let's see.
But they'd only be new purchases, right? Because I mean,
I
most
believe, I
most
believe
spices
so.
like cinnamon they're good for a long time.
Yeah, La Fiesta sold at La Superior Supermercados. Markham sold at Save. Our Save a Lot just closed, so we don't have that. MTCI sold at SF Supermarket. Swad sold at Patel Brothers. Supreme Tradition sold at Dollar Tree and Family Dollar. And El Chillar sold at La Jolla Morelense in Baltimore, Maryland. And they have and they do have the lot numbers, so that's nice. So I think I got my cinnamon probably from Food Lion, so I'm probably safe. There's nothing like cinnamon on toast. Mm. Buttered toast, a little sugar, a little cinnamon.
I agree.
That's some good eating right there. That is
I
some
haven't
good.
had any of that for years. I remember as a kid that was a big deal, though.
Mhm. My little brother loved French toast. They had a lot of cinnamon in
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times, good times. So I guess whoever uses a lot of cinnamon, check your labels, check your lot numbers. If you subscribe to CNN, you'll get it as a emergency notification, like I just did. So, or you can just go to CNN and just check the headlines. So, wow, and that's pretty important because a lot of people use cinnamon in their coffee. It's very, very Mexican, very
Mm-hmm.
stylish nowadays to put cinnamon in your coffee. A lot of people are trying that. A lot of people are also trying to with butter in their coffee, which is sounds a little wild to
Oh,
me.
that's uh, boy. The first time I heard of that, I think was 2012. But
Okay.
they were pushing that during when I was in my cancer rehab and that to put butter
Hmm.
in the coffee as well.
Sounds
So
different.
yeah, well, there's supposed to be some good things about that, and
Okay.
quite frankly, I can't remember. But my type of cancer, my gut was impacted quite a bit. So if
Oh.
the fact that they were, because I love coffee,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact they were recommending butter in it probably has something to do with that. Of
Okay.
how the yeah.
Now, I watched a video where this guy from Pakistan showed how to make chai tea,
Mhm.
and to my surprise, I grew up. I mean, we loved hot tea when we were kids. And of course, we started out with water. They start out with milk, so it's really rich. So you heat
Mhm.
up the milk. No, first you put the milk in the cup, and then you stir in some sugar, and then you heat it up to boiling or whatever, and then you add. I think he also add cardamom seeds. He squashed some cardamom seeds and threw that in there, and then you throw in loose tea. I use tea bags, of course. Um, that's a good drink right there, even without the cardamom seeds. Heat up milk with sugar and a nice little tea bag there, and then if you happen to have some sweetened condensed milk, you put a little bit of that in there. That really sets it off. That's some really delicious tea. I suggest if you like tea, Barb. I don't know if you like tea, but if you like tea, definitely check that out. If you can drink milk, not everybody can drink milk.
Nope, I can't drink milk.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
It's okay.
Hope
So
it
the
wasn't
other
too
thing
much.
that happened on Facebook this morning is one of my friends, it was one of those copy and paste posts,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a very long post, and it was a list of all the senior discounts, places that offered, the
Ooh,
senior discounts, and
ooh,
I wondered how old that was, because it was a copy and paste thing,
yeah.
and it all started with. Uh, grocery stores and restaurants. But it
Mm-hmm.
really brought my curiosity up because how do we tell what's current and so forth? And there are actually lots of, if you Google it,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
destinations that are offering discount lists for
You know what?
seniors.
Thank you, Barb. I'm going to add that feature to the Senior Scope page.
That'd be good. It's
Senior
keeping
dis.
keeping it current is the issue. I did copy the list down, but
Mhm.
I didn't copy it to my profile because I thought, how do we know whether
Yeah.
it's current or not? I would have to
Well,
test that. But
I
I'll
would.
say that it was restaurants,
Mhm.
names you recognize like Applebee's, Arby's, Ben and Jerry's, Bennigan's, Bob's Big Boy, the Chick-fil-A, Chili's, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um,
I think I'll
the
start out with discounts that are.
then travel
Oh,
was the
ooh,
next one
travel.
they offered. Yeah, and
Ooh.
then after
Like
it was
airlines
it
or.
was long travel. Yeah, it had airline. Let's see,
Ooh,
airlines. It has subcategories: airlines, car rental. So all the discounts of that.
I didn't know airlines
There,
would have a
at a
discount.
minimum, just glancing at it, the minimum discount is 10% off of whatever it
Okay.
is. Then there's in the miscellaneous, the hair, supercuts and great
Mhm.
cuts. They have discounts.
Mhm.
Cell phone discounts, activities and entertainment, AMC theaters, Regal cinemas.
We don't have
So
those ones.
they have, and then the destination places like SeaWorld, stuff like that.
Mhm.
But yeah, it would be interesting. I thought that was something. When I get a minute, I'm gonna ask ChatGPT to see what it would. I mean, what it would generate as a
Oh, I think I'll
comprehensive
try
list.
that.
Yeah, because and just to be what are the top 10 or whatever, and just see what it does because
Okay. I think for
um,
me, I'm going to start out with the ongoing. discounts where you don't have to worry about expiration dates and whatnot.
Right.
Because every time I go to Bojangles, for example, I always say, um, senior discount, and I get, what is it? I don't know, at least 10% off or so, and it's ongoing. And I asked for 10% discount at Popeyes. They don't. I mean, for senior discount, they don't have senior discount at Popeyes, but they do have it at Bojangles.
Yeah.
So,
Something else that was kind of odd is that I never realized until just recently that whenever I'm live on Facebook,
hmm
the circle around my profile icon on Facebook always turns red and has a little live symbol on that.
that's cool.
Were you aware of that?
No,
I don't think it's ever been advertised, but yeah,
that's
I've
cool.
been taking screenshots, but like I share my account with someone else. I mean,
hmm
I let TJ go do his thing when I'm not, so that I don't have to be there all the time, and so whenever he's live, it's live on my account, even though I'm not live. You know what I'm
hmm
saying?
Wow. Well, what's not happening today is your picture does not show. When you're talking,
Yeah,
there's no animation.
the vibration.
Yeah.
That is because of, see, I can do it this way, and then it does it because
Oh.
that is without the background. But I actually had the
Oh.
virtual camera in play because I can switch to like 10 different scenes using my
Uh-huh.
virtual camera. And
Cool.
frankly, not that many people actually notice it. I mean, I felt it's not, the vibration part is not big enough, I don't think, when they're on, because the whole reason to create it with still profile um, avatars
hmm
was to make action around that area so the eye would be drawn to it, when they're looking on screen.
Yeah, so you can know who's talking. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was looking because I did see one on YouTube where you could put the wave, the sound wave
Mm-hmm.
of the person talking, like as a symbol on the bottom, or
Oh.
or on the side, top, wherever you wanted it. But I saw it happening where it actually, their profile icon was still
Mm-hmm.
and not around, but you could actually see sound waves going across
That's
their
cool.
image, and I thought that would be much more,
hmm
you know,
I think on
again.
Zoom, your square lights
Hmm.
up, turns white when you're talking.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's something to indicate that the person is actually talking from there.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
But well,
What's the weather like where you are?
um, it actually is supposed to be. Um, it looks really good.
hmm
My I'll check for you real quick, but over 60, I think. Um,
Okay, because we're going up to 69 today.
are you?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
hmm
Well, it's 50 degrees right now.
hmm
So today is only supposed to be. I want to make sure it's in Albuquerque, and is 58 is the high projected for
Oh,
today.
okay.
And let's see um, how it's looking. Yeah, so I'm not supposed to get back up to the 60s until the March 11th. So
Wow.
I'm going to go down. I'm actually expecting snow
Monday.
tomorrow, a little bit of snow. How about that? And then if
No
I look at my other
way.
home in Oregon, let's see 31 degrees there right
No, thank
now.
you.
But look at I mean, my temperature after today, my high there today is 44, but the rest, it goes 52, 48, 49, 49, 51. It's like a cross, but it's going to
hmm
be raining up there.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh well. That's
Yeah, I'm
okay.
glad. I'm glad I am where I am at the moment.
I'm sure you are.
I'm grateful for that. So,
I'll take 60s over 31 any day.
absolutely. And I met. I know you're in my balloon talk group, but I met so many of the people, I have a lot of friends in that group. There's probably 800 of my friends are actually in that group.
Mm-hmm.
And I've met them over the years that I've been in ballooning, many of them, and some of them are children or grandchildren of the people that I
Mm-hmm.
met, and we haven't actually met in person.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a gentleman this morning message me, and he was, because I had said something about a special shaped balloon that he had designed.
Oh, okay.
I had, and I know lots of manufacturers and designers and thing, and
Mm-hmm.
so, but he went back, to I believe he goes back as far as the 80s
Wow.
in designing, and he worked for Richard Branson's out,
Okay.
for Virgin and so forth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Had quite a career with them as well. So
Nice.
he has promised me that he will come in and talk to our community in that group
Ooh,
here. I
nice.
mean, he gave me just a wealth of information because he feels the same way I do, is that we got to get more young people into the sport right away,
Mm-hmm.
and let them know about all the magic and how wonderful it is, because
It does
um,
look like an awful lot of fun.
yeah, well, it's the the biggest marketing communications tool you can hope for. I
Wow.
mean, that's that was how my interest was really, oh my gosh, because if you're in a balloon, even though you're there and you're having this fun ride over the
Mm-hmm.
city,
Mm-hmm.
people are seeing you from everywhere. So if you have a banner advertising
Oh,
some event or company,
read Durham
obviously it's
Skywriter.
advertising, right? And I mean, it's there for the time and then it's gone, but
Mm-hmm.
it's memorable.
Oh,
That
absolutely.
is, I
All the
was
way
over
around.
there over Albuquerque today. This from this particular destination, and I still think it's a number one marketing communications tool.
Well,
So
one
it's
of those dirigible type balloon
mm-hmm,
things
yeah,
flew over Warrenton, North Carolina. My friend Crystal was driving,
mm-hmm.
and she was at a stoplight, and the car next to her said, the lady from in the car next to her said, "Look!" And she looked out the window, and it was a
Yeah,
dirigible
the
thing.
airships, yeah.
So she followed it and made a video, and it went viral for her area.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Wonderful.
because
Yeah.
it
Well,
was
I there aren't that many pilots for that, and of course Terry Dillard's one of the best, and he's in Balloon Talk. I think they're all in Balloon Talk, actually, the ones
mhm,
who do that, because it's not um, not everybody can do that,
mhm.
and clearly, it takes special talent to
Well,
pull
if
that
she had
off.
posted her video in the Balloon Talk page, I'm sure somebody would have said, "Hey, that was me."
Exactly. That's exactly what happens
Hmm.
when they, we have, a lot of fans come into the group and they uh, have never met a pilot, you
Hmm.
know, and so it gives them an opportunity to connect with the pilots directly and learn about the sport and why they shouldn't be stepping all over their envelopes at ballooning events and stuff.
Well, to get kids interested or young people interested in aviation, there have been special events where they take kids up, in an airplane and tell them about the business and
Yeah.
the training and whatnot to get them because the pilot shortage. I suppose that could happen with balloons as well. Just take the little ones
Right,
up.
that's what that. Remember, you see in the group often about Balloon Federation of America,
Mm-hmm.
BFA, and you'll see me say Quad A, or there'll be four capital A's in there, and that's the Albuquerque Ascension Association, and the whole thing is that the reason that they exist is to education and safety in the industry and getting more people involved in the sport. And there are things going on. They actually have like camps so, at various times, and they have one coming up right away for
Mm-hmm.
kids to learn about it. And they do all kinds of things actually. So
I
I
want to say,
hope,
I want to say
yeah.
hello. I don't know who this is. Probably a friend of yours, Benjamin Olorunsogo.
Oh, he is TJ's assistant.
Okay.
Yeah, from
Okay.
the
You're from,
Udemy course group. So,
okay. I wonder if he's from
yeah.
Nigeria.
I
But cool.
no,
Well, welcome, Benjamin.
I'm not sure which country. I thought it was Pakistan, but I'm not sure. Have
Oh,
and maybe India. I'm not sure on that one. That's rare for Benjamin to be watching something I'm involved in.
well,
'Cause
welcome.
both of us help TJ behind the
Thank
scenes.
you for the thumbs up, Benjamin. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Well, what I need to do, Barb, is to go to what some people call work, and
Yeah.
don't
Me
know what that
too.
is.
So I just
But I'm
great to
glad you dropped by. Drop by
great to catch
anytime.
up.
Oh,
And
one more thing, Barbara. So Barb, rather. Um, this was on YouTube where someone, I can't remember what happened. They bought some art. Okay. Oh, they're on Etsy. Okay. And they bought some beautiful art from an artist, and they loved it.
hmm
But as they got more familiar and started seeing more AI generated art,
hmm
came to realize that this was not original art, but probably AI generated. So he went back to their page, and a
hmm
lot of their art looks like, it has a dreamlike
hmm
quality.
surreal.
And he was wondering, did I get ripped off? But it was too late to ask for a refund, I guess. But he was starting to realize this person was selling lots of art, but he
hmm
was wondering if it was AI generated because it really looked. It all had that look, and I'm wondering now the person who was telling the story and showing the art was saying, I wonder if this is going to happen a lot more in coming months and years as people who are, well, they were saying boomers, like we're the only ones who don't know anything, and well, here you are a boomer and you know everything. You know what I mean? So they always say anyone who's going to be out of the loop is going to be a boomer. That's not true. Who comes up with
Oh
all the
my
ideas?
gosh.
I'm just saying. So
Oh my
anyway,
gosh.
he was saying, yeah, a lot of people are going to be fooled because they don't know. They
Well,
haven't
but
heard.
there are
They
a
haven't
lot
heard
of people who've been fooled by traditional art,
mm,
art in other forms, even that have been. I mean, you would take art that was, well, I know for a fact, I have original paintings that are oil and acrylic.
mm,
You take a photograph of them, they're now digital art, right? What you
mm,
can do, like normally, is like, depending on what your rights are to those things, may only be to sell them, right?
mm.
Depending on the rights you have.
Yeah, I
But
don't like that.
if you have the particular artist that I worked with, and because
Mm,
I was on the internet from, way back
mm,
in the early 90s, I, in generating the images to actually print limited
mm,
edition prints and so forth, I had them in digital form,
mm,
back from the early days. And so, fortunately for that artist and myself, then the colors can be rendered just as vivid today as they
mm.
could have been back then.
Okay.
And all art is copied. I'm sorry, there
Yeah.
isn't any original art from way
Yeah.
back in the caveman days. It was like you
Yeah.
see, oh, man, woman, child, and you start drawing. And so you're interpreting something that you see, and the
Mm.
interpretation is different. Well, hello, on AI, the interpretation is different as well. Even if
Rhonda
you take.
Cozart. Hello. I'm sorry. I was got excited. Hey, Rhonda. Oh, I got to say this real quick. Rhonda, I don't know if you realize you are mentioned on I think it's the second to the last page of the latest Durham Center for Senior Life, the Our Times newsletter. No, it's not the second to the last. It's the second to the second to the penultimate page. Thank you, Rhonda Cozart of Jules Outreach. I don't know if you saw that, but I saw it. So Rhonda's awesome. She's totally awesome. I'm sorry. What were you saying, Barb?
Well, your friend being paranoid about that to me, there's no grounds for it from the standpoint they saw something that was beautiful and they liked it, right? Whether it was AI generated or not, even with those and not understanding how AI is done, how AI art is generated, because text prompts have to be fed to that AI tool for art to be generated, and you can take that very same text and put it in a different AI art tool, and it generates something entirely different. So,
but it should benefit the artist, though, right? I mean, I guess the reason why I would question it
but
is,
there isn't another artist. You don't get it. It's an amalgamation of all that data in one, in a new art piece. So see, I'm not happy about the federal government in our country did not, they just made a ruling that that it couldn't be, it wasn't copyrightable. Well, look at the age of the people that made that ruling.
older.
And overall, I'm sorry, but boomer and even, we still got one generation ahead of us that is still in the game. And the point is those who are threatened by technology lean towards that, and they're thinking, well, if I put something in the style of Thomas Kinkade, that I'm going to be stealing from Thomas Kinkade. No, as an artist without the tools, if I look at Thomas Kinkade's work and I say, I really like that, I want to do that style, and you can do that, and you put it under your name, the only way that you're going to be as significant as Thomas Kinkade is through promotion. Because art is art. If it's not spread around, and the value is really on the recipient that has it at the time. If it means something to you and it's special, then it's priceless. I have, I literally have a photo print of John Wayne. It's absolutely magnificent. There was a limited number of those photo prints published, and the print was $500 in 1979, and I still have that today. So we know that if you know anything about photography and the papers it was printed on, for that to be as vivid today as it was back then, the tools, and everything that was required to generate that, not even available today,
Wow.
But it's it's priceless to me as I am alive, but if something happens to me, my son could say, what is that? And take it down to Goodwill, no kidding. And you know what I'm saying? If it's the value of the holder.
Exactly.
And so if that person, they bought it, they liked it, it's like, be good with it. Because there'll be all kinds that look similar to and people would all through time have accused others of stealing their stuff. It's one thing if you see the exact replica of what you've got. And the thing with AI art, I can do 2 different sessions of the same prompt using the same AI art tool and not get the same result.
Wow.
So it's their lack of knowledge about the art form, how it's done, and so forth.
Okay. And with those words of wisdom, we're going to end the show. Thanks for stopping by, Barb. And I do appreciate earlier Roxanne was watching, Benjamin was watching, and Rhonda Kozart's watching. And Rhonda, I'd like to get together with you when you have time, because I want to make sure she has enough senior pharmacist flyers. She helps a lot of seniors, people in general. And also, I just want to point out that there's a program I've been talking about, and it's on the Word page, where Rhonda would go to Jules Outreach, go to the Word page, scroll down to Jules Outreach, and you will see where male business owners and leaders are asked to step forward and to volunteer to speak with the young men, the boys, and the young male teens living in the shelter downtown, get them to think bigger, to think beyond their current situation so they could be successful later in life. So that information is on the Word page, and that is Rhonda Kozart's business, Jules Outreach. It's a nonprofit, and it's wonderful. And with that, I want to thank you, Barb, for coming on the show, and thank you for sharing the show out so that Benjamin and other people can watch it later. So thank you, Barb,
You're welcome.
and I'll see you real soon. All righty. So that is today's show. You can always drop by. I'm on Bull City Hangout. It's on Facebook, Twitter, X, and YouTube all at the same time. But if you want to come on the show, you have to watch from the Durham Skywriter Facebook page. That's where the link is. You can always join me whenever I'm doing the show live. I would always welcome you, and you can promote yourself, your business, your special event, etc. With that, have a beautiful day. Check on your elders, and I'll see you tomorrow at noon for Bull City Hangout. Ciao for now.